Hey everybody, it's me, Pam Dragon Moon Creations. Welcome back to my channel. I have been working with the Farmer Jane pad still, and I think I'm about done with her for a while. I want to move on to some other things. I've been working with this pad for, what, 2.5, 3 weeks maybe, and I have some cut aparts left and some small pieces, and I have 8 full sheets left and then these partial sheets, but I'll come back to it. I'm determined to work all the way through it, and having 8 full sheets out of 48 left, that's pretty good. But I'm going to move on to some Christmas and July stuff, but I wanted to show you what I made, okay? And I will tell you that I tried to make this video earlier and got all the way through it and looked, and it had recorded sideways. And I almost said screw it, but I'm trying again. It said it was recording the right way, but it was not recording the right way. So we'll try it. You may get sideways. Okay. All right. I had shown you these that I had made. They're all packaged up. 4, 5, 6. These are the mini legal pads covers that they cover this size right here. And I did make a couple more of those. Okay. I haven't packaged them up yet. I thought, well, something not shiny. So I did make another one, the blue. That one, only it says grow your own. And I made another one, or I made the first one out of this paper, which I really love. It's my favorite, I think, out of the whole thing. Okay, made those. Right. Was that 8 of those? Is that what I said? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 8 of those. And then I think I told you that I moved on to a journal. I made this journal. I put it in here, you know, to keep it from getting dusty. And it was a little thin. Seems to have a lot of pages in it. It's got like 99 pages in it, but it's a little thin. Anyway. And then I had made the chicken paper. I said I don't know what I'm going to do with it because it was a real picture. I made this. It's one of those 4x6 chunky pads from Dollar Tree, and so I made that. There's just stuff on the front. Not too bad. I need to make another one to get rid of that other paper. Okay, made that. Got a little tired of making out of that, so, well, I did make this, and it was a piece of this paper, the blue wood paper, and it was leftovers, cut-offs from making pages for the journal, and I just made a cover, made it look kind of pretty. So I did that. And then I don't know if you remember, I had a little A&W root beer, those drink pack mixes on my desk in a picture. I made a journal out of it, out of some of the leftover papers that were laying on my desk. And I did put in some pretty papers. I lined it front and back because it looked like, and the papers are from my 4.5 by 6.5 paper pad of Country Road by Paper Studio. I just thought it was cute. Put the corners on. Corners are a little too big, but I wanted a little more weight to it. Okay, so did that. And then I made a half composition book. Yeah, I didn't do anything to the inside. The only thing I did to the inside was I did glue in some crinkled seam binding and make a like a page mark. And this was something that I had seen somebody do, and it just kind of, you use the whole 12 inches of paper, and these things are 4 7/8, and they're never exactly right. But anyway, I didn't do anything on the inside. I did get a piece of the cereal box that I'd been using for the journal covers, and made a little bookmark, whatever, journaling spot, stuck it in there. I didn't put anything in the one in the back. And then I went back and made another journal out of the grow. I used the grow yarn. And I have a label maker, and I put garden notes on that, and pockets inside, front and back covers. And these are little. I got a ton of these little bags from Dollar Tree when they had American Craft things like this for $1. Let me see if I can reach one without killing myself. It came in little packages like that, and they were $1 at Dollar Tree. And I went to 2 different Dollar Trees and got as much as I could. The stamp, they're little seed stamp packets, and the stamps are from Whimsy Stamp, and it does come in with a seed packet, little die looking thing, but it doesn't look like a seed packet to me, so I didn't use it. I just stamped these little things, and be one of those things where you put seeds in there and fold it over. I thought it was cute. Anyway, it's just to give idea. Anyway, that was the other journal. And then I made a couple more of the half composition books. Only this time I went to, I think that the lady's name was Carolina's Crafts, and Carolina with a K and Crafts with a K. And she had a different way of doing it, so I did her way. And I didn't have any, I could have used a cut apart, but I wanted to make it a little bit more appealing, so I just went with some Tim Holtz, one of my tea-dye doilies and Tim Holtz, and some lace and some ribbon that I pulled out of my stash, and I don't even know where I got that. And these, I saw somebody make these little cards. It is a, you cut apart a 4x6 index card, and then you put your scraps on there, and then you take a marker, which I use my Zig Writer, and if you look, you just draw the stitching on, but from far away it looks real, but it's just drawn on there. And so I did that. I made 3 of those, coordinated the tab with the paper, nothing in the back pocket, but it's a real shallow pocket, and I didn't put a bookmark thing in that. I just did that. So I did that, and then after I made this one, I made another one. I have lots of these half composition books. I like to make them. So put more lace here, a ribbon, and I use Tim Holtz to decorate, like right here and here. And then I put one of these in there and coordinated the tab to the paper. Journaling spot. I just think it's just as cute as can be. I made another one of those. Okay. Yeah. All right. And then I went back to, I made another journal. And just put a bunch of different kinds of papers. I love putting all different kinds of papers in my journals. And it had the carrot on the front. I kind of did it like I did this one over here, the notepad holder. Anyway, used my tag top punch thing, and I made these to look like labels, so you can put, like, if you want to give it to somebody or if you want to date it or name it. So made that journal. And then I made another one. I had that big long farmer's market piece of ephemera, and I thought about making a slimline card out of it, but I didn't. And this time, instead of only the measurements to do this 9 inches, and this is like 7, and then you fold it over, I gave it another 1/2 inch to make it a little bit longer on the inside, and did another one of these and coordinated it. Like I said, I just think it's one of the cutest things. You just, leave that, to where you can write on it. And then on this, you just put your scraps in there. I guess you could actually just like collage it like torn pieces of paper too. But on this one, I took one of the cut aparts from the collection because I had a bunch of them left over. Just cut it out like that and put it like that. I've got 4 of those notebooks. And then I did make cards. I had a package of, they were close to my heart, 6x6 die cut cards. And when they say die cut, it's just it had this weird little flap on it that I cut off because it just flapped over and just whatever. So I needed it just to be 6x6. But I only had, I had 8 of the 6x6 cut aparts, and I only had 7 of the of those. So I had to make a card base in an envelope for the last one. And I've already got the plastic on them, but they're just real simple. And I just lined inside with white. They're on craft cardstock. But there was 2 of these. And 2 of these, a gift from the garden because it was the veggies. And then these, this one looks like that. And then when I went back, I didn't want to stamp anymore because I didn't like the way it turned out. So I just got some, the Tim Holtz Small Talk. And then the Farm Life, you know, Farm Life simple. Not, it's hard work, but it's simple. There's Beauty and Simplicity, Stay Simple. And I had 2 of those, so I made those alike. And this is the one where I had to make the envelope. Anyway, so I made 8 cards along with everything else. So anyway, I made all of that. I made 8 of the 5x7 tablet covers. I made 1 of the 4x6 tablet covers. I made 4 half composition book journals. I made 3 just regular journals where the pages were sewn in. I made a little scrap pad, and I made my A&W root beer one to journal to take up the scraps that were, some of the scraps. I still have lots of them left. But anyway, there it is. That's what I did. I hope this one turned out okay. It's a little bit shorter because I'm tired and I'm not spending as much time saying, ooh, this is what I used and this is what I did. All right. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye.